Well, hello, late shifts listeners, our faithful few, our shifties, our too tired,
Shifties, I like it.
too tired to sleeps.
Are you shifty? I'm shifty.
Are we constantly feeling shifty? Yes, we are. Um, Welcome to episode somewhere around 18.
What, 17, isn't it?
Probably.
Because there's only one more week left in the regular season.
Right, but aren't we usually a week early? I'm pretty sure it's 18.
I thought we did 16 last week. You know
Well,
what? Don't worry about it. We'll go for November later. It's
The
fine.
thing about last week is we did a lot of episodes.
Well, no, we did one episode, but you released the previously lost episode.
Yeah, that's true. We uploaded episodes 15, 16, and 6. Or no, 15 was already up. We uploaded 16.
Yes.
So you're
Yeah.
right. This is week 17. Here's to week 17.
Cheers.
Important things to note from this week. Fantasy football is so meaningless, especially in relation to the events of this week's game.
I completely agreed.
And it's meaningless because this is all that matters now.
With the way that the week went, yes, you're right. That's the only good thing that came out of this week.
It truly is. But let's start with the chaos of last night. Was it only last night? It feels like a million years ago. Yeah, it was only last night.
Yeah.
Well, last night, we were watching the game. I have James Cook in the game, running back for the Buffalo Bills, and he has Dawson Knox, tight end. And the score going into the game was within 1 point. We had a 1 point lead. And so, which, I'll just show you the where we were at, but we had a decent Justin Fields game, not great.
Yeah.
We had a great McCaffrey game and a great Ayuk game, which really carried us.
Yep.
That game was essential. Maher did fine, Dallas did fine, but he had this Brady game.
We certainly didn't see that coming because we picked Carolina.
It didn't happen till the second half.
I know.
The 3 bombs to Mike Evans. So
yeah.
That hurt. That's half his points right there.
Yeah. Yep.
Because otherwise, and then Philadelphia gave up more points and lost, and yet has 5 more points because they had 7 sacks.
7 sacks. That's ridiculous.
So, what are you gonna do?
But
anyway, we went into last night up by a point, and Cook started off looking hungry, man. He had 2 carries for 18 yards. I was legitimately like, I have a chance.
Yeah,
it's gonna happen. They might not even give Singletary the ball anymore. He has 2 carries for 2 yards.
I mean, neither of us believe in Singletary at this point.
But then that crazy incident happened with this poor kid, 24-year-old. What's his name? Starts with a DH. I can't even remember his name now. It's a bad luck.
Yeah, I know. We probably should have.
Was it Darren or Daryl? I'll just look it up.
Deron?
Bills. What was the other team?
Bills.
What are we talking about? Where are we? Damar
Hamlin.
Yep. Yeah, I remember watching he just makes a tackle on T. Higgins and it hits him in the chest. And Charlie.
I like him keeps doing something and keeps flashing. Now it's going off.
Your light in your room?
Yes.
Which light?
That light on the ceiling.
The one on the ceiling?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll come in and take a look at it when I'm done.
Well, it may not flash.
Okay, yes. Sometimes the lights in our house do that. I might just need to change the light bulb in it, okay?
Right.
Yeah, he just like it looked like a normal tackle, but evidently like he got shoulder to the chest and he gets up and then just collapses.
Yeah.
And they
And
did.
that, I mean, like, that's the craziest part where it seems like everything's fine. And then all of a sudden it's not.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So rightly they stopped the game and then they decided to give each team 5 minutes to go back to the locker room. And I think the coaches were like, we're not going out there until we know what happened to this young man, which
Yeah.
the NFL was like, okay, you win. So I'm glad that Sanity won out and they didn't try to play football after that. I'm glad
Yeah.
the kid isn't, dead. But he's still in critical condition. We don't know what's gonna happen.
Right.
So scary, man. Makes football seem like a real bad idea.
Yeah, it's not a good look for football. And just there would have been so many more repercussions had they actually gone through and played the rest of the game, because at that point it's like, where are our priorities?
Yeah.
Are we more interested in a stupid, meaningless game?
Yep.
Or literally somebody's life?
Yep. It also puts like the whole, you hear players talk about it sometimes, but like, you're mad at me for failing you on your fantasy team. Like, this is my life. Like, I'm going out there. And yeah, they pay me a lot of money, but like, there are repercussions for playing this game on my
Yes.
brain and my body. And
Yeah, and we see that with all the different, players that are dealing with stuff after the fact, and like, there's guys that have trouble walking even.
Yep.
Afterwards, and that's kind of makes you think about, the guys that retire early, like, Calvin Johnson or Barry Sanders or Andrew Luck.
yep.
They made decisions because they're like, I don't want to keep going with this. This is destroying my body.
Yeah.
And it's taking up all my time, and I need to break from this.
Well, they should talk to Tom Brady and go vegan, because clearly that solves all the problems.
Well, Tom's making his own problems by continuing to play.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
So
Maybe he's not the shining example of moral high ground.
no, really?
So, like, who cares about fantasy football? But
Yeah, who cares about picks either? Like,
well, yeah, well, let's.
I don't think we made any picks last week.
We'll let you guys know next week, whatever happens. If they postpone, like if they cancel the game, I think we win. But it doesn't.
Yeah, because you're ahead right now.
Yeah. So I don't know. Let's look at these beautiful picks. Let's just look and see how we did.
I was trying to think of how our week could have been worse. And oh goodness.
So,
it started out okay.
Yep. I really thought Miami could pull this one off, and the pick six ruined it.
Yeah.
We never would have picked this, so that's fine.
No, that never would have happened.
This hurt.
Why did we pick against Tom Brady?
It looked like a great pick at first.
Oh, I know, but it's just, that's the way Tom Brady does it.
I know.
He'll turn it around. Atlanta knows all about that.
We may have had too much anger toward Cleveland, some misplaced anger.
I still would make that same pick again.
This was dumb.
I'm sorry. I got excited by Houston beating a team, and I thought they could do it again, because I thought Jacksonville would be looking at the Titans game, because no matter what happened this week, it was winner take all next week.
Maybe Jacksonville's just good, just plain good. And
I think they are at this point.
Plain bad.
Yep.
We got these two, which was good.
Yep.
This hurt.
I felt I didn't like it when you were picking Minnesota, but I was hoping that I was wrong.
I just didn't think Green Bay was good.
They're not good.
But just Aaron Rodgers has the sauce.
The problem is, if you try to play a game without an offensive line,
Yeah.
then you're not gonna win many games.
Yeah, that was bad. What's the prognosis going forward on that line?
Well, it all comes down, I mean, because O'Neill's, I don't know at this point if
Yeah.
O'Neill can come back, and if O'Neill can't come back, he was the anchor in the middle.
Yeah.
That was what we needed, and without him, that line is bad, and we are going to be terrible.
Okay. Well, we missed on that.
Yeah.
This was
That
bad.
one's on me. I take full responsibility for somehow week in, week out believing in Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield for president.
Never again.
Yeah.
Never again.
Uh,
That
We
one was a pick 'em.
yeah, we almost picked this one and we just missed.
Yeah.
So let's see what that did for us. So now we're down by 6.
Oh man,
We were tied.
that was horrific. I was hoping that enough of them would be like kind of pick 'em games, but they weren't. Oh boy.
She literally got all the games right that we got wrong. And so we are now
So
down.
oh gosh, she only got Washington and Philadelphia wrong.
Right? Well done.
Yep, well played. There's nothing we can do on that one.
No, there's no.
Now we just have to like salvage our dignity with this last week.
Yeah, so we don't know about these 2 games. We'll have to talk.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna start us off by saying we're never going against Tom Brady again.
How is Atlanta favored in that one?
They're not.
I know.
This is
but, like-
just not right.
Okay. All right.
It's like, look at the pick distribution. Atlanta.
Yeah, no,
17%.
that's
There's no
ridiculous.
way they're favored.
Yeah. I mean, I know Buffalo is shook right now, and rightly so, but I think if they do go ahead and play, like they're gonna be in it, like in that kind of win it for
Yeah.
DeMar. And I gotta pick Buffalo.
I agree. I know what we just saw, but I'm never picking Chicago. Fields might not even play.
It doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter at this point, and they'll probably win just because Chicago's given up.
Yeah, we'll see.
But it doesn't matter. Yeah, Cincinnati's in the next one. They're not going to lose to Baltimore.
Yep, no.
I'm glad I didn't get this one.
The people think the Colts are gonna win. I feel like this is one where if we want to claw our way back into contention, we got to pick the underdog.
Yes,
Man.
keep riding Houston.
I hate it.
I do too,
I
but we need it. We
hate
need it bad.
Yeah,
Also, like right now, Miami, like they don't have a quarterback. Jets, Jets.
yes, sir.
I'm
Yes.
taking them.
Sir.
I'm taking them.
Do they have any chance to make the playoffs?
I think they still have a shot.
Jets hopes die.
No, they don't. Okay, cool.
That's fine. I'm still
I
taking.
still take them over Miami because I don't know who the quarterback is for Miami. It could be me. I don't know.
Is Tua? What's his?
No, Tua's out, and
Yeah.
Teddy's gonna be out too, I think.
We have broken finger.
Yep. So
That's fine. Again, like this is what we should pick, but I'm gonna do the opposite and go back to we can't be wrong twice about these teams.
how could it not work for us?
This is our only way.
I can't, I'm not picking Cleveland. I'm picking Pittsburgh. I don't want to have anything good for Cleveland right now.
It's fine. We'll stay in our lane.
Yep.
I can't in good conscience pick Denver. The Chargers have something to play for. Yeah, Denver
Yeah.
like looks like a real football team a little bit. now that they fired Nathaniel Hackett, but I'm not picking against Justin Herbert late in the season. No thanks.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm not gonna do the contrarian pick because I don't want to screw you over. I'll take Philadelphia.
Well, it doesn't matter whether we win or lose.
No, I know everything's locked in basically.
Yeah, like, I mean, there's a chance we don't even see the full game of starters from either team. So
Right.
whatever we pick,
And it's in Philadelphia. I'll take Philly.
that's fine. Again, San Francisco, I think, is going to gun for. They'll know what happens in the Minnesota game, but if we think Minnesota wins, they'll play just to win. And
Yeah.
Arizona is just a dumpster fire. So
Arizona is gonna go on vacation like
Yeah.
a week ago.
I'm not prepared to pick that contrarian pick.
No, that's yeah. I am also not taking Baker again. I'm taking Seattle. Just because I hope that because if that happens, that keeps the Packers out of the playoffs, I think, right?
We'll have to look. I think the Packers have to win.
But I think even if they do win, I think if Seattle wins, aren't they in?
Let's see. Can the Packers make the playoffs? Beat Detroit. The last wild card, whether it be Detroit was with the Seattle loss or tie, yeah. Oh no. Maybe they'll both get in.
Well, they can't both get in though,
Why not?
because the Giants already locked up. There's only one spot left.
Playoff picture. There's one of these that's actually helpful. Let's look at CBS.
I like how you went for helpful and you went to CBS.
Yeah, they just do a good job here. So Packers clench with a win versus the
Okay.
Lions. Seahawks clench with a win versus Rams, and Packers loss.
Oh, okay. So they do have the tiebreaker over them. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, then I don't want the Vikings to have the 2 seed because I don't want to airdrop the Packers into the divisional round. Because like I said, our offensive line can't play with anyone right now.
Yeah. I saw, I don't know if I can find it on short notice, but there was a really good tweet about what could happen. Let's see. I won't be able to find it, but there's something about how the 49ers win and the Giants somehow beat the Eagles and Minnesota loses. Like, Giants still play Minnesota, but the seeding is all swapped around, and like the 49ers could take the number 1 seed over the Eagles. Like, there's some kind of nonsense.
I don't think. No, I think Philadelphia is locked into the 1 seed. I don't think because I think they've got the tiebreaker over the 49ers.
Yeah, I think Eagles still need to clench.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
okay.
Eagles, 49ers clinch with Eagles loss and Cardinals win. Or whatever.
Oh, okay. So the 49ers could, well, yeah, then the 49ers are definitely still going to play if they're playing at
Yeah.
the same time as the Eagles.
Yeah, and so are the Eagles.
Yeah.
Like, Hurts might actually show.
Yeah.
So this week is actually
I would love it if Philadelphia dropped the 1 seed. That would be amazing.
that would be really fun for everyone.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
So are you sticking with Seattle? Is that what you're telling me?
I'm sticking with Seattle. Yeah, they've still got at least something to play for.
I can't pick Washington. I don't think they're gonna do it. So
Yep. That's fine. I am going to try and jinx the Packers by picking them.
that's gonna
My
be
only shot, man. This is all I've got
a
left.
fun game. It's gonna be a fun game.
This is the only thing I've got left.
Well, after a year of this, I've realized we can't do these picks together because we have too many jinx picks where we're picking against what we actually think. And jinxes are not real unless
Yeah,
we,
but I mean, okay, if you factor it in, like, do you really think that the Detroit Lions are going to beat the Packers with a playoff berth on the line in Lambeau?
I really want to pick it though. Dan,
No, it's not going to happen though, man.
yeah, you're right.
It's just not going to happen.
You're right. You don't think Jared Goff is more clutch than Aaron Rodgers?
It has nothing to do. You could swap them. You could have Jared Goff playing for Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers playing for Detroit, and Green Bay would win that game.
It's fair.
I feel very confident in saying that.
It's fair.
It's Green Bay versus Detroit in Green Bay on the last game of the season. There is no chance Detroit wins that game. And I would absolutely love to be wrong.
Well, we're gonna see. I can't wait to watch that. It's gonna be fun.
See, you're lucky because you don't care about that one.
Yeah, not at all. It's just gonna be fun.
Yep. Yeah. Well, I hate the Packers too much. I can't.
Well, and now I have this seething rage in my heart against the Vikings because of last time. And so
Last time?
when we lost by a field goal on a franchise record.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
No, I'm just that little fire in my chest that will last till the end of this year will make it easier to watch the whichever team wins and go, excellent, you're both better than the Vikings. Yes, excellent.
It's fine. You're gonna beat us. It doesn't matter.
It's gonna be a good game.
No, it isn't. We don't have an offensive line. It's not going to be a good game. It's going to be a train wreck.
Well, I'm fine with that because I've told everyone I lost my bets too that I'm going double or nothing in the playoffs.
Fine. That's great. I think that was a genius move. That was the smart play.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how it goes down.
It's not going to be good.
Yeah.
It's really not going to be good. And I say that in all seriousness.
Well, that's what's going to happen if the Giants win because we're fine. We're not like ready for a playoff run. like we got some players, but we're starting Isaiah Hodges and
we don't have an offensive line. I don't know if I can make that clear enough because apparently I haven't.
No, I've moved on. I'm saying even if we win, assuming we win.
No, you're talking about an Achilles heel. And like, that's one guy, okay?
I'm just saying we might beat the Vikings, but do we really think
will beat the Vikings?
Great.
I will say that. You don't have
Assuming
to.
we win against the Vikings,
Okay.
I'm saying we're not a Super Bowl contender. We are a team that might get lucky one more week, and then we'll be happy with whatever they got.
That's what you were saying in 2007.
That's true. Dude, don't say that. We can't talk about 2007.
Okay, I'm just saying wild card Giants teams have a history. They've done it more than once.
Oh my gosh, you better believe I'm wearing my Victor Cruz jersey under my Daniel Jones jersey for the entire of our playoff run.
I love it.
Their powers will combine.
That's perfect.
If Daniel Jones salsa dances, I think my head's gonna explode.
I mean, he won't, but that would be really
Can
funny.
you imagine him salsaing? His body would fall apart.
I don't think we would recognize it as salsa dancing.
I continue to watch him run incredibly fast and think this looks awkward. Like every time I watch a replay and the announcers are like, he's just an incredible athlete. I'm like, yeah, but like, has he not grown into his legs yet? He looks kind of like my 5-year-old running, just really fast.
That's a good image.
And even when he does like interviews, he's got the Eli Manning like I can say something exciting, but it sounds like I'm reading the back of a cereal box. Like, yeah, the guys were, just really happy that we won the game, and like we're just really pumped to be moving forward in the playoffs. Now we just gotta set our sights on, what's next. Yeah, but how did you feel when you scored the winning touchdown? Well, it felt good. Felt good to be just producing and doing what I've called on him. Like, dude, say it. So anyway.
Oh man, that's funny.
Yep. Well, other than that, let's see what else is there to report. My computer has not arrived yet, so nothing on that front.
Okay.
Did I tell you my water heater exploded?
No.
Yeah, we're hoping it didn't actually explode or doesn't, but the pressure release valve went off twice and just flooded our basement.
Okay.
Luckily only with like 10 gallons of water. I like that maybe less than that, but enough that I stepped on my rug and went, oh no. So I pulled up a bunch of rug and used my shop vac to get most of the water out, and I've left it up and I've been putting fans on it and airing it out. I think I actually salvaged the rug, which is a miracle.
Okay.
So no mold. It's going to be fine by the end of the week. The problem is I don't know what is actually wrong with my water heater.
Yeah, why it's done that twice?
I think based on some research that there's something wrong with like the temperature gauge, and it was heating my water too hot.
Oh.
And, we had, some people staying with us, so we might have used a little bit more water than normal. And the temperature change from very cold to very hot, like several times, just built up enough pressure that it was like,
Yeah, if it was heating it up too much and there was enough like air in it to make steam, then yeah, you could.
Right. So, regardless, I probably shouldn't just use it as normal and hope that it doesn't happen again. Because if there's an issue with the pressure release valve, then when it does build up, it'll just explode. And if it's not an issue with that and it's just running too hot, that's not good either. And if it's neither of those things and it's something else, I probably want to get that fixed. So,
well, if it's running too hot, can you turn it down?
well, that's the issue, is I turned it to low and it still felt really hot. Like the same temperature as when I had it on really hot.
Okay.
So I'm feeling like something's not working right. I have a plumber coming out to look at it tomorrow, and I have 2 quotes from several other plumbers to either fix or replace it, ranging from $700 to $1,800. So
Okay.
at least I have like a span, and I get to decide, do I want to spend $500 to $700 to fix my problem, or $1,800 to start over and not have to worry about any problems.
Right. Well, it's a good thing you didn't just spend money on a.
Yeah, I'm really glad I went with the budget option.
I mean, what's done is done.
The Lord works in mysterious ways.
He knows best.
Yeah, so it'll be fine. Luckily Bethany works for a Fortune 200 company, and I think we'll be okay. Because if I had to pay for it, we'd be moving. Sell the house, we're done.
We gotta get out. No, that if you had to pay for it, you would have moved out after the window debacle.
Listen, if I had to pay for it, we would be living in a townhome that we rent. And I would sleep in the same bed as my children. So, while Bethany lives in this house by herself.
Yeah. You'd come visit her.
Yeah,
I almost said she'd come visit you, and then I realized that wouldn't happen.
yeah, I'll drop the kids off and be like, well, I gotta go home and do some extracurricular work because I'm too poor to live. So anyway, that's my updates. Fun times, right?
Yeah, perfect.
Did you play any D&D or is there anything else to report?
No, so that like a couple of the people got COVID. So we postponed. We're gonna try again this weekend.
Okay. Well, Bethany's deadly ill right now, so
Oh no, sorry to hear
Yep.
that.
well, it's probably just from the stress of our house sinking into that was the good part about the water heater is we couldn't figure out what happened. Because like it was barely dripping from the release valve, and so like, and we didn't see that at first. Like it wasn't dripping, but it was like, if you reach in there, you can tell there had been water in it. So
Yeah,
like, we looked everywhere, and the floor of the basement is like it's not carpeted in that room, and it's like probably just tilted enough that the water just like seeped under the floor to the rug section and then evaporated. And so it looked like nothing had happened in that room. And there's wrapping paper on the floor just out of reach, evidently, of where the water was. So I was like, it couldn't have been in here. The wrapping paper's dry. So like me and Andy were like Googling, and he's like, dude, maybe water's coming up through your foundation. And I was like, dude, if that happens, my house is gonna sink into the like that is the worst option. That is tens of thousands of dollars. Like
yep.
that is bad. That is very, very bad. So I'm like losing my mind. And when it finally went off again, like Tim Crenshaw came over and looked at it, he goes, dude, I don't know what happened. Like, I have no answer for you. Like, we looked for burst pipes, we checked the
Yeah.
whole thing. He's like, I have no idea what happened. He's like, did water come out of your water heater? And I was like, I don't think so. And then it happened again. And I was like, damn, it's happening. I figured it out. Yes. So $1,800, $2,000, whatever it ends up being, is a pittance compared to what it could have been.
Well, that's God working it out where it actually ends up being. Oh, that's at least better than what I was expecting.
Yep. And that is why I will continue to use the soundtrack. Everything is always working out for me. So everything is just always working out for me.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
All right. Well, faithful listeners, you may get a bonus episode of Did Dan Win Fantasy Football, and was the late shifts a success this year next week, because we still don't know what's going to happen. So
yeah, and then after next week, well, we still have to make the picks for the playoffs, even though that's kind of lame.
yeah, we'll have to find another use for our podcast time. I still think it should be we record some time of Cam playing a video game, and
Yeah, I mean we could do that.
Dan losing his mind.
Well, we could play that Path of Exile.
Yeah. I'm on board. The best part about all of this is that if we had won last week, we would have easily won the championship. Look at that. That's the championship teams right there.
Those are the. Oh my gosh. How mad must Caleb be right now
I know.
as well? Because I just saw his 128.
I know. Oof. Man.
That's rough.
I guess, T. Higgins is still would have still played
But yeah, and he had Gabe Davis as well.
on this side, yeah.
Yeah.
So like
and he had the Cincinnati kicker.
over here, yeah. But still, like, would have been at least winnable.
Yeah. Yep.
Pain.
I mean, that's like we were talking about. That's fantasy football. And
Yeah.
hopefully you win this week so that or last week, I should say, So you get your money back, and
Take
it's
my
a lot.
$20 and put it toward a new water heater. 1% done.
You didn't think you'd have that 1% like 5-6 weeks ago.
I did not. And I'll tell you what, it was totally not worth it for the amount of stress and therapy I need after fantasy football. What is this?
Well, just wait until this series really takes off.
Oh,
And we'll start like rewatching the older episodes.
yeah, that sounds not painful at all. What hurts? Your neck? All right, say hi to Cam and YouTube.
Hi, Charlie.
Here, hold on, let me scoot back. There you go. I'm sorry it bumped you. Oh, all right, Charlie. Who do you think's gonna win in the playoffs? The Vikings or the Giants? Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, Charlie, say thanks for watching.
For watching.
Adios. Late shifts. All right, see ya.
See you, everyone.